Bitcoin will make it, but it might be a long crypto winter. In this video, we're going to be jumping down into the recent news for the crypto space, taking a look at what's been going on, what we think this might mean slightly longer term for the industry. As I get into this video, smash the like button if you find it useful and informative. Hit the like button. Really do appreciate that, guys. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all those notifications, and you're going to be kept up to date with all the videos that we do here. However, here is only one part of Cheeky Crypto. This is just the YouTube side. Join us down in Discord, link in the description below. It is the centralized hub of everything crypto. So that's exactly where you want to be. It links into all of the other platforms. And honestly, guys, it is a savior during kind of times like these. It's the first place that we go to update our community on the ins and the outs of this particular crisis that we find ourselves in at the moment. Okay, let's get right down into this, right? We're going to start things off by taking a look at this one here. As I said, Bitcoin will make it, but might be a long winter. This is from Elon Musk. Now, Elon Musk is pretty positive on things. Basically, Bitcoin and crypto veterans are warning that there may be more cases like FTX, and I agree. We've been talking about this for a while, over the last few days at least. Platforms that are potentially issues, and we want to kind of be a little bit cautious on those, right? So just be aware that yes, FTX is one of potentially many, and there's going to be a bit of a domino effect here through the space, right? So obviously, one of the things that we talk about a lot on the channel is self-custody, only keeping on exchanges what you need to have on exchanges. Otherwise, you're looking for some kind of cold storage hardware wallet. We like to use the Ledger hardware wallets. I've got one here, actually, if I can show that to the camera. I use the Ledger Nano X. Links in the description below. That is an affiliate link. We do get a small kickback if anyone does want to buy a Ledger via that link down below. One of the things I will urge you guys, though, is if you're going to be looking for a Ledger or a hardware wallet, you absolutely categorically must buy it from the manufacturer. Okay, so go direct to Ledger, go direct to Trezor, for example, right? You cannot look at things like eBay. There's a lot of scam hardware wallets. They look exactly the same, but they're modified, and they're basically designed to bleed you of your crypto assets. So just be very, very cautious. Go direct to the manufacturer. I cannot stress that enough. Obviously, our link below is direct to the manufacturer if you are looking for a Ledger. So obviously the message during this entire event has been very much the need to self-custody, the need to come away from exchanges and use proper risk management, right? There's many different risks that Chris talks about in this particular space, everything from holding a stable coin on an exchange is two risks, not just one. So all of that kind of stuff. So do be prepared. We've been talking about some downside for a while. We've seen a little bit. I still think there's further downside to occur here. So be very, very cautious and all that. And actually leads me on to some of the additional things that have been going on that I picked up in the news articles. And I think it's rather irresponsible of them. But let's see if I can find the right article here. Yeah, this one. Bitcoin price could explode by 450% to $79,000 by maturing crypto market. And, hit 100K in 20. Like these kind of articles right now, they're not helpful. We want to be talking about how people could exploit your crypto assets, how you should be looking after holding on to what wealth you currently have, rather than trying to get people into trading crypto up to $79,000 Bitcoin. Now, I think this is an incredibly risky thing to kind of be putting out there. So just be aware that these mainstream media kind of crypto places like Crypto Newsflash or Cointelegraph, they are creating titles that are very click happy and all that kind of stuff. Just be really, really cautious. I do think that long term Bitcoin's going to be okay, just like Elon Musk. It's just going to take some time to go through the processes, work its way to the places that it needs to go to, and then eventually we'll get into that bull run. We aren't saying that crypto is done. I don't think that's the case. I don't think crypto is going to go to zero, although there will be a lot of chatter of that as times progress here. As this winter goes down into those incredibly low areas, you'll hear things like it was a scam all along. It's a Ponzi scheme and all those things, but that's not what's going on here. You've got to follow along more closely. So to think that the price is going to explode by 450% to $79,000 by maturing market, admittedly, there's no date on this, and they do talk about, potentially up here 100K in 2023. I think that's incredibly optimistic, although I wouldn't mind that. I just don't think it's going to be that quick at all. And this is, of course, the polar opposite of what Elon Musk is saying here, which I actually agree more with, which is unusual to a degree. I do think, we're going to see, more downside than this potential kind of explosive move to the upside. So just be really, really cautious on that. They're saying down to about 11K and then up to about 100. Now, I don't disagree completely, but I think the timelines are very, very difficult to get right. No one ever really gets timelines right. I mean, where are we now? The 14th of the 14th of November right now. I've got an XRP video I have to do tomorrow. Watch out for that one. People just generally in this date time ranges and stuff like that, they don't get them right. So just be really, really cautious when you see things like this. Moving on, though, we have got some positive news, I guess. Binance will save Bitcoin, Ethereum, and crypto industry with $1 billion fund from a crypto space imploding, that is. It's quite badly written, actually. That particular title is interesting to me for a couple of reasons. One, I think Binance are doing a stellar job so far, although you might want to unravel a few things and go down a few rabbit holes to find out whether it's... I'm not even going to go there. But essentially, on the face of this, Binance are doing a stellar job at kind of upholding and trying to support the crypto space, right? And there's a handful of pockets of others doing the same thing. I know I saw BitGet doing something to help people who were invested in FTX and all those kind of things, right? There's definitely pockets of goodness out there, okay, depending on how deep you want to go with that. So on the face of this, very, very good positive news. On the flip of that, though, we do have to say $1 billion doesn't generally go very far, unfortunately. So we should be a little bit cautious as to what this means. Yes, it's great to have some more liquidity there, a market recovery fund, as they call it, to reduce further cascading negative effects of FTX. Binance is forming an industry recovery fund to help projects that are otherwise strong but have a liquidity crisis. More details will be out soon, right? So on the back of this, really, really positive kind of stuff. We should probably kind of, jump down a little bit in more detail as to what's going on there. See if this was Ledger. So basically, you've got, Binance, CZ, and Saylor, Michael Saylor here, basically urge for crypto self-custody. So as I said, we've got that Ledger link in the description down below. We had an offer a little while back, probably a week or so ago, where you could get 10% off. We haven't got any kind of promotions up and running with Ledger at the moment, but do join us down in Discord. And a second that one comes up, we will be sending it down in there so everyone can get a bit of discount if they need to. So self-custody is absolutely key. And it's some of those things that we do on this channel, talk about it from time to time in the bull market. Like we always say, with risk management, only keep on exchanges what you're willing to lose and all these kind of things. And really, in a bull market, you're talking more about hacks. And in a bear market, you do talk about the same things, just from liquidity and bad management, potential issues, right? Liquidity crises and bad management of the actual exchanges. So we want to be aware that, yes, self-custody is generally the way forward. However, it isn't generally that easy for a newbie to kind of get into the way of working. Hardware wallets, I've got this one here, right? And they are great, but they have a bit of a learning curve to them, because it's not as simple as exchanges. Exchanges are created because they're very, very simple to use, right? But there are trade-offs with everything. So just bear these things in mind. I think for a beginner, one of the best things you can learn to do is actually take control and ownership over your cryptocurrency assets, right? So a hardware wallet like Ledger, in my opinion, it is a must-have. It is a basic of this world that everyone can eventually kind of get up to speed with. So it has a bit of a learning curve. I'm not going to say it doesn't, but it's well worth understanding how these things work so that you can protect yourself. It is a must-have. So if you haven't already got self-custody, click the link below for the Ledger and just do research on it, right? I'm not saying go ahead and buy it using that link. Just do some research on the Ledger device, understand how it works, why it gives you extra layers of protection. Okay, not 100% perfect, none of these things really truly are, but they are going to give you a bit of a steer in the right direction. They're going to help you add layers of protection on your crypto assets. Okay, and basically you've got these big titans of the industry saying self-custody. You should absolutely, during these moments of uncertainty, do self-custody. Look after your own assets. Okay, and essentially that is what is going on here. Okay, now kind of moving on through some of these other parts. Crypto.com, CRO is in trouble, but a 50% price rebound is in play. Now, this is one of those things where, yeah, there's a handful of other cryptocurrency assets that potentially are on the radar as issues. Now, we spoke about the platforms, 𝗷𝗫, Crypto.com, Bitfinex, and I feel there was one other that I can't remember right now from a few videos ago, but all the details are in a Discord server. Link for the Discord again below, guys, as that's kind of a central hub of everything, so do check that out. But essentially here what we're talking about is the CRO token in itself is heavily centralized by a very few number of wallets. And if they've leveraged, or that's a pretty bad word for it, but if they've used their CRO token as collateral for other assets, then you could potentially have this kind of circular motion going on where actually there are no assets there for when people want to kind of pull from the platform, right? People going in and trying to do a bank run on Crypto.com, for example, it could potentially be problematic. So CRO itself, CRO token, is in trouble. I already kind of got out of everything that wasn't staked. I mean, a 50,000 CRO stake that, and Chris is the same, that was just simply isn't going to get out of, right? That's what it is, right? Whatever happens, that's stuck there from our point of view. So just kind of look out for yourselves on that. Crypto.com was a previous channel sponsor. We really liked what they were doing, everything from their prepaid debit card all the way through to trying to really be kind of the face of the crypto space with adverts and stadium rights and F1 formula teams, all these fantastic things which were great. In that bull run, unfortunately, during the bear market, things have turned the tides. They haven't really been necessarily stacking things up the right way, and unfortunately, things aren't looking great right now. So it's one of those. Me and Chris are stuck in staked positions on CRO that we aren't going to get out of anytime soon. So, I liquidated everything else out. I'm off the exchange. Let's see how this one unfolds. It doesn't look great for CRO. More details, though, will be found down in the Discord server. So just be a little bit cautious with it. There's a lot of, and I'm going to do air quotations, audits out there. These are pretty much, as I look at it, as self-certification audits, as in they present a list of assets. We have these assets to the auditor. The auditor says, great, I'll sign the document. There you go. Without actually doing any checks to find out what assets are liquid, what assets are not liquid. And these are very distinct differences. So we should be a little bit cautious, never take anyone's word for anything, do more research, in my opinion. And of course, on that note, you should do your research on this as well. Don't just blindly follow what I'm saying. Do your own research. And you will hopefully come to reasonable conclusions. Anything else on here that's I kind of picked up on that I thought might be worth noting? Let's see what this one loads into. Oh yeah, Elon Musk says Bitcoin will make it. These are 5 things you must know this week. So crypto braces for a fresh FTX fallout. Again, we're looking at that. Obviously, Solana and stuff like that's also going on. I don't think there's actually terribly too much in here worth noting. We've been talking about a lot of these things already for quite a period of time. So, from everything from the charts on Bitcoin and everything else, like for the most part, there isn't anything in here that I don't think we don't already kind of know in the space. So if you're not familiar with what's going on with Bitcoin, where we think things are likely to go, then I do urge you guys, join us in the Discord, keep up to date with the videos that we do here on YouTube, and hopefully you'll come out on the right side of things. I'm going to leave this video right there. I think there's several things that we kind of have to think about here. One, obviously, we are in a crypto kind of winter now, and the screws have been turned. The heat has been turned up a little bit, if you will. And this actually puts us into an uncomfortable position for once, right? This bear market, me and Chris have been saying, have been reasonably quite comfortable. It's been, pretty standard. It hasn't been too difficult to navigate, and it's been very, very relaxed, at least from my point of view over here at Cheeky Crypto. And, although we talk about new lower lows, which is a terminology that nobody seemed to like back when things were moving up, here we are in a world where the downward pressure has been applied. And I think that's going to continue furthermore into a crypto winter. Now, I don't know how long that's going to last. It's going to be incredibly hard to time it. But one of the things I'm not expecting is a surge upwards anytime soon. Now, we could, of course, look at this winter going into early 2023, and maybe in 2023, we start to see a bit of a lift to the upside. So just kind of keep these things in mind. I think the things that Binance are doing is great, keeping a $1 billion fund to help strong projects from a fundamental standpoint survive from the liquidity crisis that was currently going on. I think those are things that are fantastic, but let's not forget that there are platforms that are still struggling, that maybe don't have strong fundamentals, and we should be cautious over those. I'm going to leave this video there. If you found it useful, smash the like button. I do appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, join us down in Discord, and remember, guys, get off the exchanges. Link to Ledger down below. Guys, until the next one, have a fantastic day.